live. I was tired of waiting the whole 30 seconds. It was a long time to wait. We're behind schedule, so we're just going to start. Welcome to TV Chronicles. Last of Us, Season 2, Episode 6, The Price. Full breakdown. Mark, how are you?
I'm
How was your
excellent.
viewing experience?
Yeah, I was very much, pretty much for the last couple episodes, kind of seeing where this was going. It's very excited for this week. Very excited to get into what we're probably going to see, and yes, it did not disappoint.
Matt, not played the games. How are you? How was your viewing experience?
I was doing great until you cut off that 30 seconds early because that's like my moment of zen for the week, but I'm sure we'll be able to recover.
Hopefully. So yeah, some stuff happened. So basically how we left off last episode. Oh, let me do my mini plugs. Field, Sopranos, Mad Men, going right now, personal breakdown. A lot of views. Don't know what's happening, don't know how long they're staying, don't know why they're clicking on it, but hey, I thank you. Support you. We're having a blast. To date this video, right now, right before we hop over, which we do every week, we're going to break down the season 4 finales. That's how far ahead we are in our recording. But yeah, so come join us. Watch along, comment, tell us your favorite parts, tell us when we're wrong. Me and Mark go back and forth. It's kind of our thing, and Matt is our mediator. So, and let me tell you, he's terrible at it because we're heading for divorce every episode. It's never going to work. We're never going to be on the equal side. But overall, it's a great time. We have a lot of fun doing it. And we started doing this show because we don't ever talk about TV on the show. And then basically it's my job. This show is my outlet to just watch TV and hold me accountable to finish TV shows. But when we get into Last of Us, so it basically ended with Ellie basically breathing and all that stuff, not affected by all, beating Nora to death, and wakes up, flashback. She's back in her bed, and she is with Joel. So this is a flashback episode. We basically hinted at it. I know Matt hinted at it for a while. While he's watching, is like, we got to get Eugene. We have to get some Eugene.
The show keeps throwing his name out there, so
let me tell you, I don't know who that is. Ralph to me personally, but
who knew that Eugene was such a Gladiator fan?
Let me tell you, right? I'm sitting there, I'm like, kill that motherfucker. I'm fine with it. But yes, Ralph is so that's the main crux. But we have a pretty good cold open to this episode. Mark, I haven't played it. I haven't been to that part. We don't get this flashback in the game, do we?
No. This is all them.
You mean Joel's father is not a playable character in the game?
No.
Just beating his kids?
Tap X for belt whip. Tap X for belt whip. No, it's not there. But we show up in Austin, Texas, 1983. Basically, Tommy and Joel, young kids, did something wrong as children. I think tried to buy pot. I think is what's confirmed. Tommy's worried, but Joel goes, absolutely not. Like, he's not going to hurt you, I promise. Like, I'll take it. He's going to do it to me. Kind of ominous. If anybody's like had a wait till your dad moment come home, they did a really good job of executing that. Him sitting at the table, the door opening. He's a cop, walking through the door, and he's like, "Do you want to tell me?" And he's like, he tells him the story. He's like, "I don't believe you." As he goes and gets like a drink out of the thing, and basically says, "You're not going to hurt him." And we get to kind of see a moment of like Joel for standing up to his dad, and his dad kind of like a break in his dad, kind of like, well, that's what his dad did to him and stuff like that. So it's kind of like this foreshadowing of like he thinks he's doing the best he can, but maybe he's not. I think it's a really cool cold open. What did you guys all think of that moment? And that's something.
Yeah, man, I thought it was fantastic. I really love the actor who played the father. He's from Better Call Saul and a couple other shows. But yeah, he did really great, and it's just like a really good theme kind of for the show about kind of the generation trying to do better than the generation before it. So that I think that really speaks to definitely to Joel's character. And there's a little we'll see that again later on in the episode. But yeah, I thought it was a really good cold open.
Yeah, this show doesn't know who Lalo Salamanca is yet. I'm pretty sure we will get there. Yeah, it's very neat. It's very, very excited when I saw this. I'm always down to see new stuff, whatever the show has to get. And yeah, it's a great scene of something that I would believe like Joel had to go through at some point, and it is just really good setup to the things that happen, the things we've already seen happen, and the stuff that's just going to happen later in this episode.
Yeah, something's had to have broken Joel at some point, so we don't really know why. But we get a flash forward from 1983, but seems present, like kind of Jackson situation. I don't know how long, but it seems like recently after they arrived in Jackson without the jumps, what I would guess. Because that old guy that pushed that told Ellie like, "Hey, it's a family function. Like, stop kissing your girlfriend." He's the bartender, and they're basically having an old conversation at the bar. And Ellie, Joel goes up and fixes up his guitar, like fixing up his guitar, and Ellie comes home with Tommy, and that's the wound on his arm, her arm. That's so it's like she's out on her own. No one really saw, but it's like Joel's like fatherly instincts, like what the hell are you doing? Like you can't do this, but like, and basically shows the guitar off to her, plays a song for her. It's like it's not really horrible, kind of a father daughter moment recently, and plans to take her on a birthday trip, which is a theme throughout this episode. What were your guys' takes on the bar and overall kind of a hint on where she got that wound on her arm and um, Joel singing? Thoughts?
Yeah, that guitar is just a character that will not die in the show. It keeps coming back and back and back. But I like the whole part about her burning her arm to cover up the scar, since they're pretty much Tommy and Joel have agreed it's best for her to kind of still keep it a secret in the community there. So this was, I think she said she was just tired of wearing the long sleeve shirts, which I get that. So I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, it makes sense. We were gonna get that moment, and yeah, I mean we start off immediately with the feels in here, and like I'm like at least for this particular episode, I'm all here for the feels. Let's just get all the feels out of the way.
Yeah. So they go on a walk. Joel's kind of like diving into Ellie's like personal life, like, hey, like you like Jesse, like you get her really close. She's like, yeah, not what it is. And he's like, oh, has anybody told you about the birds and the bees? Her response, you mean dicks and vaginas? And he's like, Jesus, what the fuck? He's like, well, she's like, listen, I'll make you a promise. I won't get pregnant if you let me train for this is before she gets trained, like she's allowed to go out on patrol. But if she gets trained, like she wants to get trained, but Joel is holding her pretty tight to the situation. But he's like, they're guessing, like, what is it? Like a dinosaur? Like something like this? Turns out, a giant dinosaur, dinosaur. Basically, the space uh, um,
Museum.
It's in the game, the space thing. So like, they're end up viewing all the stars. Basically, it takes her on a pretty cool trip, like outside of stuck in this world of like of you think these things are gone, but gives her a little break from the whole situation. Goes through the whole space thing. She has like a dream sequence of her like going off into and launching into space. So I think it's a pretty cool sequence. What was your guys' think? I think it's a great acting moment where both of those are get to like you think those moments are dead because Joel's dead. Spoiler if you haven't seen it. But so you get these kind of things. So I actually really enjoyed their acting against one another again. What was your
Yeah,
guess?
I thought this was fantastic. I was definitely waiting for the T-Rex head to fall when she was up on top of that thing, just jumping around.
Yeah.
But yeah, the whole sequence with the spaceship and all this stuff and everything that Joel went through to kind of put that together for her birthday. And just the scene where she's listening to the tape and she's got her eyes closed and you see like the lights and stuff and her imagination shooting off into space. I thought that was really great.
Yeah, this I was waiting for this part. I mean, because it's a very interesting part in the game because it's essentially like a 40-minute part where you're just walking around like a museum and like nothing happens. But it's still just a great part in the game that just like has a lot of story into it. I think the same spirit is here. I mean, this is probably Joel and Ellie's happiest moment after what happened with in Salt Lake City,
Mhm.
and I think kind of it's a pretty good like at least foreshadowing moment for just in general what all of their good moments were. They would have a good moment, but then Ellie just sees something, and she's reminded about Salt Lake City and the whole thing. Like I like how they did a slight change here where she's looking, she just sees fireflies going on, and she's like, oh,
Mhm.
fireflies. They like it. It's great. I was really looking forward just to seeing them have that just incredible bonding moment. Just great performances from both Bella Ramsey and Pedro Pascal again. And yeah, just couldn't be set up any better.
So we get a year jump. Basically, happy birthday again. Joel comes up to bring home a cake for Ellie. Um, here's some rustling around in the room. In his house, apparently knocking is not encouraged. Skirts are kind of undone or getting undone, or however the case may be. But overall, they do the thing. Joel's not happy. Joel busts through the door, so what the fuck's going on? And he's like, she's getting a tattoo. They have tattoos she already has after the thing. He goes, by the way, she's 17. Oh, well, I'm 19. And he's like, oh, he's like, all at one time, huh? All the teenage shit at one time. Drugs, thing, experimenting with girls. It's not it wasn't sex, and it's not an fucking experiment. So pissed, Joel not knowing how to deal with all the situations of having a teenage daughter. Where it ends up climaxing of Ellie going to take her bed and move it to the garage. Joel kind of compliments her tattoo at one point and goes, oh, not too bad. Like, it looks pretty good. But let me fix up the garage for you. You do need your own space. You are a growing woman. Like, let me make it suitable for you. And kind of ends at that note after the mad, but I think it's a good father-daughter moment. Thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely one of the most like teenage reactions. She's so upset that she's gonna be dragging her mattress out to the garage in the middle of a rainstorm. But yeah, I thought that was definitely a good moment. Kind of gets us on the road, kind of seeing where the split is starting to get a little bit wider between the two of them, and kind of with communication starting to break down and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely maybe like one of the more like sitcom moments here of like Joel's like, hey, I got a cake for you. What the hell is this shit? Like him just running into that, just like really hilarious. And then yeah, just again how we just kind of see like this rift start to grow between them of this. I mean, the unspoken thing, like Joel really not wanting to acknowledge that. I mean, he knows what it is, and this is also her
Also,
kind of giving off
him
that
not
vibe. She knows what it is.
him not picking up that Ellie likes girls is like just terrible. Like radar. Like his is broken. Like it's weird.
I mean, I feel like it's like that for a lot. Like I mean, like you just can't see what's right in front of you, right? I mean, that's what.
I guess so.
He didn't have to see the mall episodes, so.
Right. He didn't get to that part of it. He didn't buy the DLC of that video game. Time jump 2 years. Age 19, wakes up. Not sleeping that well, but Joel says, perfect for your birthday. We're going on patrol. This is your first patrol. We get to go on patrol. They're hunting. They're going. They hear some weird stuff happening. Joey Pants walks out. He's been bit. They show he's like wounded. Joel and Ellie are like, he's like, I just want to see my wife one more time. Like, I just want to be able to see her. Like, can I go? Ellie's like, for the fuck's sake, Joel, let's just take him. Like, let him see him. Like, we can keep track of him. Like, nothing will happen. And Joel's like, nope, not fucking gonna happen. Like, okay. And then falls for the fucking same trick in the book. Like, go get the horses. I'll walk into the thing.
I promise.
Basically walks him out to the water, has the whole conversation. He's like, I just want to see my wife. He's like, and I think like this is a conversation we can have. I think Joel's right in what he's doing because we don't know when he turns and what he does, and he's on horse with Ellie. Like, what ends up happening? They've been around them enough. You don't trust how long ago he got bit, how long it takes to turn. Like, you just overall, but he's like, you can always see who you want, like in your mind, like thing. And he's like, this whole room, like great scenes, like great scenery, like overall, like water. He ends up, and then Ellie shows up with the horses, and Eugene is shot and killed, dead. We already knew Eugene was going to die from Joel's hand because of foreshadowing. One, I don't know how she didn't hear like the gun shot. Like, I already know it was done because they have rifles. Like, they don't have a silencer or anything. This thing was gonna make a lot of noise when they fired up. But Eugene's dead, and Ellie is
little
distraught.
upset.
Distraught is probably the wrong word. But shell shocked is one thing. As they go back, riding back to Jackson, thoughts on Eugene showing up overall? Ellie, where do you sit? Should Joel have killed Eugene? Should he let him go back and see? What if the zombie husband shows up and eats her face off? Like, what do you do?
Well, I think maybe they could have like tied him up or something and kind of like dragged him behind the horses or something. We don't know how far they were, so Ellie's pretty confident that he's got enough time. And of course, if I'm Ellie, I'm definitely saying, Joel, you go get the horses and we'll meet you halfway. But I think this might have been a little bit of a test that she was throwing out there for him just to kind of see where he's really at. But I thought that the whole scene with Eugene and Joel was really good. The part where he's like, it's not that I want her last words, or I don't have last words for her. I want to hear I need her to comfort me. I'm scared. I don't want to die. I thought that was a really good scene, but yeah, I don't know. It might have been worth at least trying, but.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, I feel like Joel would just come back to, you know what? That's a great idea. Me and Eugene will go get the horses. You stay here and just keep this. But yeah, scumbag move by Joel, shooting him. But he's right. I mean, like, what are we gonna do? Like, chance him not turning for an hour, just so that he can maybe say goodbye to his wife and then turning when he sees her? This is stupid. Let's just shoot him right now. Like, we're not gonna take unnecessary risks here. But yeah, it just really cool. I was not that I was like surprised, but part of me did think we were gonna get like more of a developed story from Eugene. Like, we kept bringing it up and more. Like, we just kind of got this, which is a good moment. I do like it. especially to what it eventually leads to. Cody will bring up here in a little bit, but no, yeah, it's definitely a good moment.
So is the Eugene stuff in the game, or is this something that they just like talked about? And
Eugene's in the game, but like they changed up the story with
Okay.
Eugene quite a bit. Yeah.
You don't get this moment.
okay,
Yeah.
You don't break Ellie's trust before you break Ellie's trust. You just break Ellie's trust. So fun times. And a little known thing, he swore to Ellie again when he said that he would take Eugene back.
Mhm.
So this is the second time that Joel has sworn to Ellie. So that's cool. That can't be bad at all. But they end up going to Jackson. Joel tells the story to, I don't remember the character's name.
Catherine O'Hara.
Catherine.
I knew that part. Catherine O'Hara was Catherine O'Hara and said that basically describes like, hey, he was brave, like he went out great, like he got bit, but he fought and blah blah blah. Hug. That's not what happened at all. Fucking Ellie speaks up. Bitch, what? Yeah, he got bit. He begged to see you. He wanted to see you. He had time. And Joel shot him in the fucking head. Dead. And I'm just like, I never wanted to slap him, just knock her to the fuck. Are you stupid? Yeah. He swore to you. He swore to me.
Couldn't Joel just go back there and say, "Oh, hey, he got bit. He was going to turn. I had to kill him. We couldn't risk bringing him back here."
Right.
I feel like this is more on Joel than Ellie.
They're both idiots.
If he would have just come back there and said, no one's going to be like, "Oh, you didn't risk the community trying to bring him back here to say goodbye."
Which kind of gives us foresight. So yeah, he ends up putting him, and then but their next jump is 9 months, and it is at the New Year's Eve party where he basically the guy gets shut down. So that sequence. So now we kind of have a. This was 9 months ago that Blair told Joel to fuck off, basically, because of the situation. Catherine O'Hara smacks the shit out of Joel. Ellie does a really good job with the one single tear. Man, the hatred for her is crazy. It's like I'm watching two different shows. I don't get that. Like, I get there's not. Maybe there was better casting out there. Sure.
But yeah, the memes and stuff are horrible.
Oh my god, I don't sit back there every week and be like, God, this bitch again. Like, I don't get that. I just don't know where we're at. I think it's crazy. Like, we're like watching two different shows. Like, I'm sitting there like, yeah, that could be a little bit better. That wasn't the best delivery, blah, blah, blah. But I'm not like, these people are crazy.
People are like, this is an abomination on television.
You remember when Star Wars, that the girl that played Rose or whatever,
yeah,
contemplated quitting acting because of how like people need to just relax.
Like I feel like the Joffrey kid had it easier than she's got it right now.
Right? And he had a reason for everybody to like. People thought he was real. Like, he quit acting too. People, if you like shows and stuff to do that, you gotta let these actors work. Like, calm down. But what are your guys' overall thoughts? Ellie describing that basically. Ellie saying you swore to me, like. Call back to the swearing before they got to Jackson when they returned. So what was your guys' overall thoughts on that whole sequence?
Yeah, I mean, like I feel like Joel could have definitely handled this whole situation much, much better. And just being honest and upfront about what happened and stuff. But it's his lying that keeps getting him in trouble, especially with her. So yeah, and she definitely could have been a little bit more gentler too when they got back. But it happened.
I mean, just wanted to make her feel better, you know? It's like, come on, like, don't you want to hear Eugene went down your husband went down to hail of gunfire, and then he's like, can't bring this back to my wife, and takes his own life. That sounds much better than, hey, I walked him out to a river and then I shot him in the back of the head. Like, one of those sounds
he
way
basically
better.
of mice and men. He
Yeah.
basically go look at the rabbit. Can I see the rabbits, Joel? Oh. Wasn't that guy's name Joel in the book?
No, I think Lenny.
Lenny's the guy that gets shot, but who's the other guy?
George.
George.
Yeah.
Can I see
Yeah.
the rabbits? Okay, close.
Yeah.
Joel. It's a 9-month jump. Dance party. Pushes the guy down. What the fuck is wrong with you, Joel? I don't need your help. He's back on the porch. We've seen this part. She walks past. We saw that part.
Mhm.
The pipes like come alive. And then Abby and them show up. So we don't get to actually see what takes place. And listen, I have been very negative Pedro Pascal for a while. Not that I think he's a bad actor. I just think he gets put in everything because he's
Mhm.
honestly. And sometimes I don't think his casting that deserved when I think like, oh, like sure he's a good actor, but I think this is arguably one of the best like acting moments that I've seen him do besides Game of Thrones. Like
Mhm.
personally. I don't know how you guys all thought. He kind of like has a nonchalant kind of starts the conversation, talks about coffee getting traded. And she kind of asks him like I'm gonna ask you a question, and if you lie to me, I'll never forgive you again. Like everything I say. And basically ask the questions like, was there Raiders? Just head chicks now. Was there like she knows he's lied. He knows she's asking about the Firefly. She's asking about what the situation was. And where it basically breaks down is where, because I won't do the whole quote of the scene, but she basically asks, like, was there a cure? Like, was there supposed to be a cure? And he's like, yes. And he's like, but it would, and then she's like, but that was my purpose. You took that away from me, Joel. And Joel was like, and if I had the choice to do it all over again, I would do it again. And he's like crying, and I'm emotional too watching this scene because I'm a dad, so I'm just like, holy shit, like this is rough. And he's like, the love I have for you, you may never understand. You may understand at one point, but right now you don't. But you may never understand. But I love you so much, like. And then it basically ends with her saying, I want to trust you again. Like, but I don't know if I'll ever trust you again, but I'm willing to try. And I'm willing to start that process now. And he's just giving this raw, like real life person. Talks about Marlene, talks about like everybody, like shooting all of the people. So, and I think everybody's mad because of her overall. I was supposed to die. Like the emotional thing is she doesn't give to the level that some people want out of it. But I think Pedro Pascal is literally lifting heaven and earth while he's acting in this. So I don't really need Ellie to be the whole situation in that stuff. But to have that overall, like saying the hard part, basically being honest about it, saying the truth is just so. Flash forward to Nora when she says he killed everybody, and she goes, "I know." Like, now we do have the evidence that she does know, and she knew it all, and she's still willing to take those fucking pipe and beat the shit out of Nora for what Abby did to Joel. So I think it's great. I think it's a great overall scene. I think it's one of the best scenes of the show. What were your guys' takes?
Yeah, I mean, it was fantastic. They both were given fantastic performances right here. Pretty much when he tells her he would do it again, and she's like, because you're selfish, and he's like, no, because I love you. And it's like, I hope that one day you'll have like a child of your own, so you'll be able to experience that. And then he ties it back to his father, where he says, I hope that you'll do a little better than me. So I thought that was really great. So in the game, does this happen like before Joel's death in the game, or do they do flashbacks in the game as well?
Well, let me tell you something, Matt, because it kind of tied to at least my thoughts on this scene. First of all, I love the scene.
Mhm.
I don't know if it could have been done any better. Both Pedro Pascal, Bella Ramsey, both incredible in this scene. It's exactly what I want.
You're getting canceled off the internet for that comment.
All right.
'Cause they're coming for you, buddy.
Well, they're fucking dumb. I don't like it. I don't know what to tell you. I feel like you just don't like her performance in this now. You're stupid. But anyway, scene is fantastic. It's exactly what I wanted out of it, and I feel like it hit me the same ways it did in the game. However, this particular scene, the particular part of the scene where she's going on about like I had a purpose, like and you took that away from me, and then him going as like, well, if I could have done, if the Lord gave me another chance, that I would have done the same way. That happens at the very end of the game.
Oh wow!
We do not see that part until the very end of the game, in which that conversation has a completely different purpose. Which I think ultimately now it's fine because the purpose has now changed. The purpose of that scene is that, oh, this is us getting in the head of Ellie now. Of Ellie's not really upset that Joel was killed. What is really bugging her is that she had made the conscious decision to try to forgive him, and Abby took that away from her, which makes things a lot more dark, a lot darker for this story, and shows us, okay, like whatever fucked up shit like Ellie has done up to this point, it's gonna get worse. Like she's willing to move heaven and earth to get to Abby at this point. Like nothing's going to stop her on that front. To me, this is a little bit of a Avengers and Infinity War sort of, where I don't really want to put like a full complaint on it yet, because instead I'm very curious to what they may throw in at the end in that place. If they try to do something else, I'm curious what that is. But the placement of that scene in the game couldn't have been more perfect. I'm curious to how it affects later material. But in terms of them actually doing the scene, it couldn't have been done any better. I couldn't be happier with it. But that's just my thing for it.
Right.
So have we covered all the Joel stuff from the game now? Because they made it seem like Pedro was like wrapping up, like he was done with the show at this point.
I think
most of it.
I don't see what I would say is the way they would bring him back would have been at the end of with this, but it seems like they don't. They did it early, so.
I mean, they've been doing a good job of making up their own stuff. I could see them bringing him back for some more flashbacks, but I would not expect to see him more than like an episode a season for however long the show goes. That would, I think, be the absolute most I would expect to see him going forward.
Yeah, I mean, I'm good if this is like the last we see of Joel. I think that they pretty much covered everything they needed to cover. So I think if they bring him back now, it's just for like fan service, unless there was something else in the game that was missing that they needed to cover. But yeah.
Yeah. Basically ends Ellie walking in the rain towards the thing, and that's where it ends. About to have a interesting end of the season, I'm assuming. I know what rain means in the show, at least, or like heading towards it. So good luck, everybody. Should be fun for everybody. I'm glad I don't have to be a chicken shit running through the fucking fields with my gun and 7 bullets and hoping I live. So that's cool. I'm so excited. So that's the episode.
Yeah.
Basically breaks down. We will do the season finale next week. Kind of rated against the first season. How we do. And again, I think next week on our normal show is season 1 recap. I think, or we may have done it this week. I'm not really sure. It's one of the two. Either we're starting season 2 next week. I think we do 5 episodes, right? Each season.
Yeah, is it 4 or 5? Hold on a second.
The one that just came up is week 4, so we're finishing up season 1.
Yeah, because I think we did try. Most of them are 4 episodes for a season.
And I'm putting now moving forward. I'm putting time codes. So if you have an episode that you want to go hear and hear a discussion or hear a breakdown on it, go click on it. I find it very useful to sometimes like, oh, do you talk about this? Do you want to like? Am I interested in this at all? And then you can go find it. So we do that. But go listen to it all. Except for Mark Dark, who's kind of he's a bad guy. So, all in all. But that's it. We will go and record our next show, but we'll see you next week for the season finale